What's going on, guys? My name is AK, back in with another YouTube video. Now in today's video we're talking about Call of Duty next year, sort of the things that we've already been sort of told about, you know, the rumours that are going around, things that we might be seeing. I'm also going to be talking about the league and any changes to the league. There's a few things that have been rumoured that I think are actually going to be very big, so make sure you don't miss that. And lastly, I'll be talking about sort of my recommendations and things that I sort of think that I would like to see next year that would improve the game as a whole, as well as the competitive side of things. Now, shout out to this guy here for the recommendation. You know, I got the idea of the video after seeing this on my Discord. If you guys want to drop some video ideas or just want to get talking to me and the other people on the channel, make sure you check the link in the description to my Discord. Go join it. Pretty chill. We'll play games there sometime. A bit busy with exams and stuff at the moment, but once that's done, you'll bet we'll be playing there quite a lot. So if you haven't joined already, make sure you go join that link in the description. And last but not least, before we get into it, I do just want to shout out a YouTube channel known as Klext. He makes Call of Duty content, and in his most recent video, you know, he gave me a little shout out, said he enjoyed my videos and things like that, and so I really appreciate that from him, so thought I'd return the favour. His video is also really good on his channel, so if you haven't already checked him out, go check it out, link in the description, you know. Let's make him wake up to a few new subscribers, so I think he'll appreciate that. But with that said and done, let's get straight into today's video. So starting off, we're going to be talking about the things we already know about the Call of Duty coming next year. Although I should state, a lot of this is still rumour, and although they have been backed up by a few sources, not all of this is 100% confirmed. This is just what people think they know so far, and of course this is all open to change. But what we definitely know for certain is that the game is being made by Sledgehammer. So if you don't know who Sledgehammer are, they are one of the development studios for Call of Duty, and in the past they have worked on Advanced Warfare and the previous World War II game. So definitely an established sort of name in the Call of Duty scene. Not been around as long as you know, Treyarch and Infinity Ward, but definitely they do make some quality games. I mean, you just have to look back: Advanced Warfare, World War II. These are very good, very solid games, and in the past they have had quite a bit of integration with sort of competitive play. So that's definitely something that we are going to be keeping our eye on. Now, there has been a bit of a stress that this is being developed for next gen. Now, it's not sure whether it is going to be released for previous gen. Maybe it'll be something like Black Ops 3, where the old gen game will be developed sort of on the side and not be focused on as much. But the focus does very much seem to be on next gen consoles and PC. Whether this is going to have any effect on challengers, whether challengers will have to be on next gen consoles, I'm not really too sure. I mean, if we get two versions of the game, an old gen and a new gen, it probably will be, but still not too sure, so we'll have to wait and see. There does also seem to be a lot of talk of Warzone integration, and this is also backed up by the fact they're choosing the Modern Warfare game engine, you know, the Modern Warfare 2019 game engine. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to be anything like Modern Warfare in terms of feel of the game, just because the engine doesn't necessarily mean that. That's more of like a graphics and sort of running of the game kind of thing. But definitely it shows that Warzone is being continued in sort of the Call of Duty franchise going into next year, and of course that will have some effect on competitive play in terms of it's probably not going to be a jetpack game. You know, I've seen a few people talking about Advanced Warfare 2, and as much as I'd love that, I can't really see it happening, especially with this sort of Warzone integration. I mean, Warzone map isn't vertically built; it's not built for jetpacks, so I'd be very surprised if we see that. Because so far it seems to be that the game is being leaked, I suppose, as Call of Duty Vanguard, which is another World War II game. Now you just have to look at the past World War II game, which was a very good competitive game. You know, the PPSH, the bar is a very, very solid game, and also had some very good maps. Think London Docks, you know, so some good maps and some good competitive play and sort of weapon balance and all that. So definitely, if it is another World War II game, I won't be sad about that. I think there's some good potential actually in that to be a very good game. But we'll be getting a reveal for this hopefully very soon, and the release date is set to be around sort of the start of November time. So maybe if we're talking their normal release schedule, either the 5th or the 12th of November, which puts it pretty much in sync with where Cold War released last year. I think that was the 13th, so maybe a week or so, or on that week that Cold War released. So next we'll be talking about the league and the competitive side of COD, all things like that. So starting off, we're potentially going to be seeing an expansion to the league. If you don't know, the league started with 12 teams back in the Modern Warfare season, and throughout this season they actually stayed that way. There were obviously a team come in and a team leave, in OGLA leaving and the 100 Thieves joining, but in terms of number of teams, that's actually stayed constant, and they also said with sort of the COVID uncertainties that they weren't expanding the league last year, but there is a little bit of a rumour that potentially we'll be seeing up to 8 new teams joining the league, both with in a few in North America, as well as quite a lot of European and sort of they phrase it as across the pond and beyond. So Europe, and then potentially maybe looking into the Asia, the Latin America, things like that, because I know there is a lot of excitement for Call of Duty, competitive Call of Duty in those areas as well. So potentially 8 new teams, of course, that's going to then mean a whole load new players in the league. If you're looking at maybe probably 6 or 7 players per roster being added, you know, this is going to take pretty much the whole of the top level of challengers into the Pro League. And then, of course, there'll be a step up for all of the rest of the things to sort of fill the rest of the challenger scene to actually fill that gap. So we could be seeing a lot of more league gameplays and a lot of new players in the league. So definitely something to be excited about. Now, also, if we look in the past, Sledgehammer have been very good on terms of in terms of competitive integration into the game. You know, in Advanced Warfare, with the denial and the optic sort of outfits that you could put on your character, really the first time that we've seen league-based cosmetics actually added into Call of Duty. I know they've been around since then, and especially with the league, they're sort of being promoted every year now. But definitely a development studio that shows they care about Call of Duty. We had the game battles integration in World War II as well, although I think that was added in Infinite Warfare, but still a very cool thing that got added. So I definitely think we're going to be seeing a decent amount of competitive support, which when you compare to studios like Infinity Ward, maybe not so much, but hopefully in terms of weapon balancing and things like that, it's going to be another good year. Really, you just have to look at World War II and what actually quite a good competitive game that was, and then hopefully if we get something even close to that, then I think it's going to be a good year. But last but not least, I wanted to go into things that I want to see going into next year. And so they've got a few things I want to talk about. First of all, we are talking about sort of the maps and the game design, because certainly from the beta at Cold War, I was thinking, wow, they're really not caring about the competitive side of things in terms of maps. And weapon balancing has been a bit of an issue, but not so much with the scene practically GAing everything that we don't want to use. But hopefully next year we'll have a bit more sort of developer interaction with the pro scene. So in terms of balancing weapons to make competitive gameplay fair and having a lot of 3-lane good 4v4 maps, because I think that's again another thing that we're lacking this year. Really, there's only a couple of good maps, and it's why you see maps sort of be recycled for every game mode. And hopefully we can have good maps without having to have maps brought back from past games. Now, don't get me wrong, if we get a London Docks remake or something good from previous games, I'm not going to say no to that. If it's a good map, sure, let's have it in. But also, I'm hoping we do get some more originality and good maps. And of course, a massive thing for the amateur scene is we need an anti-cheat. Both the Warzone players want it and the competitive COD players want it. I think everyone really wants an anti-cheat in the game. And for the competitive integrity of challenges, it's literally essential. So definitely one that I think they're going to have to add, especially if they're keeping the league on PC, which I'm pretty sure they definitely are. So definitely something I'm going to hope to see. And last but not least, I want to talk about competitive integration. I spoke about it a little bit before with saying Sledgehammer are pretty good with this, but of course I always want to see more. You know, they get the sort of the message of the day, things like that. You've got to have the games advertised on there. Just if you play League of Legends, you know, when you open that, you've always got like LCS or whatever region you're in. It's always sort of shown to you, and it's very much promoted. Same with CS:GO. I think we need to see the same thing out of Call of Duty. You know, I mean, you've got the weapon skins in the store, which is very good, and all of the sort of the customization packs, which are good. But of course, they can always do more, and I think with a $300 million league with potential of 200 million more in teams joining, you know, that if the 25 million buy-in fee is sort of anywhere near correct, that's going to be a massive amount of money. So I think definitely if they want to promote that, start showing off sort of the league more in the game, because I mean, Infinity Ward, we know, don't really do it very much. That's sort of reluctantly, all right, if we have to throw a CDL pack in the store, they will. Treyarch are usually pretty good, but hopefully next year, with even more teams joining, even more money behind it, hopefully we're going to see a whole lot more. And I guess I should add it on. I know they're probably coming back, but definitely LAN events. I want to see loads of LAN events for challengers, especially, of course, things that I can attend, and also for the pro scene. Hopefully, if they can have them integrated like they have in the past with the challenger stations and the pro thing, being able to meet everyone there, something that I want to do. I want to go to LAN. I want to vlog it. You know, really sort of make that content for you guys, and also be able to play on LAN. So definitely, that's my thoughts for next year. Really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to drop a like. Let me know what your thoughts are about the game, about the CDL, about what you want to see, you know. Anything, let me know down in the comments. I love reading them, so let me know. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.